Boston, Massachusetts, the destination for the Nuggets. The playmaking Canadian guard Jamal Murray ready to lead his team as they get pumped up before the tip-off against the Celtics. Nuggets, Celtics, tip-off right after this. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Anthony Simons.
Yeah, clearly his offensive output has been on a bit of a decline. Now, that could point to a lot of things, but mostly I think he's just putting his focus elsewhere on the floor, looking for other ways to help out his team.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Hayden Watson is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Holmes in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Boston, their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Then it's Jaylen Brown, and it's Keita in at the center position. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, B.A., but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Gordon can't hit. White with it. Pritchard, the pass to Keita. And here's Brown for 3. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, when you're as polished and practiced a shooter as Brown, there's no reason to hesitate.
Back to Murray. And there's a 3-second violation. And here's Boston. It's a 3-point game. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Coach told me Jamal Murray is at the top of their scouting report. He said to me pregame, Murray is the ideal combo guard. He can excel on or off the ball. That is what makes him tough to deal with. You just never know how he'll attack you. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Keita gets the bucket.
Hey, those second chance points are found money. Tremendous effort there.
Outside Brown. Pass to Gordon. And here's Holmes. Denver moving it around. Here's Brown. Outside Watson. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. Hauled in by Brown.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
White for 3. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. And here's Denver. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for him. Baseline jumper. Murray, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Now here's Pritchard. Against Chicago, he was really on his game. Brown looking around. Tries again. Keita gets the bucket. Keita's got his second basket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. are the most difficult teams to score against over the last 10 games. The fourth spot held by the Celtics.
Well, their defense over the last 10 games has been exceptional. They're really getting after it and communicating well on that end of the floor.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Gordon on the wing, outside Watson. Pass to Brown. Outside Murray. Shot clock at 5. Back to Brown. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
I like how Brown values the three-point shot. Generally, Christian is pretty careful with his selection.
Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Screen by Watson. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Look, that's another missed opportunity. 1 for 5 now from the field.
Here's Brown. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Brown's got 5 now.
And that's a good-looking jump shot from Jaylen Brown.
Gordon outside. Back to Murray. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Boston leading by 8. Outside Pritchard. Pass to Brown. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here we are in the middle of the season. Let's see where the Western Conference standings sit. You look at Denver, here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference.
Just seeing where the Nuggets are, I think they're the team you dread having to play. I mean, they've been performing at just about their best in every game so far this season.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
And the Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in. And here's Gordon from the arc. Boston pulls it in. Kidd has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Brown. He's got 5. The 3. Rebounded by Denver. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
So David Adelman decided to call timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Nuggets trail by 10. Passes to Watson. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Brown inside. Defended by Watson. Brown, no good. The drive by Brown. Pass to Holmes. Now here's Murray. Defended by Pritchard. A deep three. Boston pulls it in. Kidd has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Denver's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Gordon can't hit.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
To the paint. Here's Hauser. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
And it's Murray with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Down by 12. And Stan, after last season, Jokic was blunt. Asked if they had enough to win the title. He said they didn't.
Well, B.A., the challenge is improving this roster. And it's not easy to do with today's salary restraints. But they understand it's absolutely necessary.
Here's White. Denver getting their last shot to go. Back to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Brown's got 7 points in the game. Here's Murray. No points so far. Pass to Holmes. Now Brown. It's Watson on the wing. Defended by Brown. Up top, Holmes. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Watson. And the deficit down inside single digits.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Outside White. Here's Hauser. Watson with a rebound.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Brian, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Here's Brown. Following that last three-pointer by Denver. The three is up. And Holmes pulls it down. Murray against Pritchard. Murray passes to Brown. And a miss there on the triple. Celtics lead by 6. Pritchard surviving the D. It's Brown on the wing. Defended by Watson. Brown inside. He's against Watson. Brown, no good. Nuggets trail by 6. Now Brown. Pass to Murray. Now Holmes. Inside. Here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
He is an all-world dunker. Gordon with the monster jam.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Tillman's checked in for Cada. Boucher comes in for Brown. Shireman checked in for White. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Pritchard. And then for Denver, Hardaway comes in for Watson. And it's Brown in for Brown. Boston leading by 4. Here's Shireman. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. And time for us to check in on the NBA assist leaders over the last 10 games. Jamal Murray, 4th.
He's making a lot of friends with the way he's been moving the ball, setting up his teammates nicely in their favorite spots.
And here's Denver. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pass to Holmes. Now here's Hardaway. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. And now just a 2-point Boston lead. And here's Hauser. Pass to Simons. Launches it. And Holmes pulls it down.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Back to Murray. The 3-ball. Boston with a rebound. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Derek White.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston. And then for Denver, Najee, he's checked in for Holmes. Tyson comes in for Gordon, and it's Jones in for Jamal Murray. Tillman with a screen to the inside, and it's Tyson with a rebound. And here's Denver. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Hardaway on the wing, Jones. Pass to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Hauser grabs the board.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Boucher. On the wing, Simons. Defended by Hardaway. Count it. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Some guts. Simons finishing with strength.
.59 seconds left to play in the first. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Tyson. A 14-point game for him in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. 4 on the clock. Najee sets a screen. Here's Brown. And again, it's Denver missing. And it's Simons with the ball for the Boston Celtics. There's 25 seconds left in the first. And the basket by Tillman.
Nice setup there out of the 2-man game. Simons continues to grow as a passer.
Now here's Hardaway. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Beyond the arc. Gets it off. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so the first quarter is in the books. Celtics out in front. They're up by 6. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks And that's what great offenses are all about.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
On the court for the Nuggets, they've got Tim Hardaway, also Bruce Brown out there, and it's Jones in at small forward. When I think about Bruce Brown, the term glue guy comes to mind, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., I think that's right on the money. The way Brown hustles and does a little bit of everything, he can cover for gaps in a rotation. A key cog for that 2023 Nuggets title team.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And here are the Nuggets now. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Tyson. Now here's Jones. Here's Najee. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them not many more chances.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Hauser outside. Pritchard with it. No made baskets yet. Three-pointer. That shot missing. Nuggets trail by 5. Outside, Brown. Pass to Tyson. Outside, Hardaway. Here's Najee. Back to Hardaway. Lets the three fly. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Nice ball movement by Boston. And it's Simons missing.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, player almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. He can fit in defensively. He could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. Okay, Shams, thank you.
Simons becoming such a great distributor of the basketball.
Outside Brown. Outside Watson. Pass to Brown. Murray for 3. There's Murray with the triple.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
switch here. Brown's checked in. And with the All-Star game coming up, let's check in on the standings in the East. You look at Boston. What a season thus far for them. Second place in the conference.
Well, for the Celtics, give them credit. I mean, they've been playing very well this season, but they can't afford to take their foot off the gas pedal right now. They know they have a bullseye on their backs.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs.
Now here's Murray. He's got 6. Pass to Najee. Now Hardaway. The 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Tillman. Boom! He jams it straight down.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
This game is so close. 1 or 2 plays could make the difference.
It's so imperative to try to make each trip count.
Murray makes it look easy at the rim.
Yeah, Murray is a very good outside shooter, but I think he's at his best when he gets into the paint.
Outside Pritchard. Pass to Boucher. Here's Tillman. Simons deciding where to go with it. The 3 is up. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead. And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And Brown has got the ball here for Boston. They trail by 1. Boucher outside. Pass to Simons. Kept alive. And the basket by Tillman. Tillman's got 6 in the quarter.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Najee passes to Murray. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Pritchard. And here's Brown. 14 points for him last game against Chicago.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
5 on the clock. Here's Boucher for 3. The rebound by Murray.
That's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Over the previous month, we look at the best when it comes to scoring. 5th on the list, Jaylen Brown.
And this last month has been truly special for him. He's scoring at will and in a rhythm on offense.
And Boston with some changes. Garza's checked in for Tillman, and Derek White subbed in for Simons. Holmes, he's checked in for the Nuggets. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Brown. Boston again missing. The Nuggets have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second.
How about the elevation from Brown there? He really gets up quick to throw it down.
Boston's shooting around 41%. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Now White from deep. Watson with the rebound. Pritchard against Murray. Holmes, a screen on Pritchard. Murray passes to Holmes. Off with the layup. So it's Boston now. They trail by 1. And rejected. Pass to Hardaway. Lets it go from deep. Back to Murray. Second chance effort. Yes! Murray muscling it in.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. He had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
The Celtics shooting around 29% in quarter number 2. against Hardaway. Brown, that's good. Brown's got 9.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
Denver has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Holmes, a screen on Pritchard. Murray for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Boucher's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Garza. Outside Pritchard. Here's Brown. Brown gets the inside finish.
JB showing off those handles. That was a weakness of his early on. Now it's strength.
Outside Watson. Here's Murray. The shot that time not on target. Nice D from Pritchard. And during the Nuggets 2023 title run, Jamal Murray was absolutely incredible, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., you know, they don't even get there without a healthy Murray. He put up 33 a game against the Lakers in the conference finals, repeatedly making tough, contested clutch shots.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Guys, back over to you.
Allie, thanks for the report.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And David Adelman wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. With some changes, Cadis checked in for Garza. Walsh comes in for Boucher, and Simon has subbed in for Pritchard. Gordon, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Nuggets trail by 6. Outside Brown. Simons against Murray to stop the run. Boston pulls it in.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And here's Brown for 3. Gordon pulls it in. And so Murray will bring it up for the Nuggets. Murray takes it in. Here's Holmes. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one. Now Simons. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Outside, Brown. Gordon pulls it in. Nuggets trail by 4. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Absolutely fearless inside. Brown just battles through the physical defense.
The Celtics shooting an average of 43% from the floor. White, the pass to Brown. Fires for 3. Another miss by Brown.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Murray deciding where to go with it. Shot from 12. Again, Denver scores.
That just illustrates how well-rounded Murray's game is. When he's doing damage from the mid-range like that.
Pass to Walsh. Here's Queta, defended by Holmes. Queta, pass to Brown. Looking to get back on track. And Brown with the stuff.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled.
Now here's Murray. 14 points for him. That one's good for 2. Murray's got 16 points now.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
52 seconds left in the second. Outside White. And here's Brown for 3. Excellent defense there from Watson.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not fall. Maybe time for a different approach.
White with a steal. Simons outside. Pass to Walsh. Here's Queta. And here's Simons. Knocks down the triple. 7 points in the game.
That's a textbook catch and shoot. Simons got his feet lined up and was ready to go.
And Murray launches it from deep. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Celtics leading by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings. These standings, they tell a story. And so can we, guys. Once upon a time, there was a trio of intelligent and handsome broadcasters.
And they lived in a luxurious studio and traded wisdom about the future of the NBA's best.
One day, the grandest of them all had a proclamation: get the ball to thy paint.
These types of stories, they tend to have predictable endings, don't they? And fellas, you take a look at the Nuggets. A close game so far through the first half.
Guys taking shots, well, trying to do too much all at once. I think it's jamming up their flow.
Yeah, everyone has to have a role on the offensive end. Share the ball and trust your teammates.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. One guy who's been getting it done is Jamal Murray.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
So it's Boston now. 3-point lead. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Walsh in at the 4-man spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now here's Brown. Oh! And a dunk by Brown!
Well, check out Brown getting flashy. That'll get him fired up.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Nuggets trail by 8. Outside Brown. Gordon outside. Uses the glass on the layup.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Murray against Pritchard. Outside, Brown. Releases. And they'll get another chance. This one for 3. Rebounded by Denver. Murray's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And there's the lob. Stolen. Left side, Brown. Offline with a 3.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Another miss by Brown.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Now here's Gordon. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. Pass to Walsh. Back to White. Outside, Brown. And there's a pick. Fires from deep. Again, Brown missing.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Now here's Murray. He's got 16. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Watson missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Now here's Brown. He's got 15. Pritchard, the pass to Queta. Nice ball movement by Boston. They get back on track. Gordon pulls it in. Gordon's got 4 rebounds in the game. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Holmes finds Gordon. Here's Holmes. Pass to Murray. From behind the arc. Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Murray's got 19 points.
Yeah, that's Murray unleashing that smooth outside jumper.
Pritchard, the pass to Queta. Pass to Brown. Let's go with a 3. He can't hit that time.
Looking to answer the 3 from the other end. Maybe too eager there.
Murray, no good.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Three-pointer, Pritchard sinks the tray. Pritchard's got 5 points.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Murray for 3. Murray can't get that one to fall. Celtics lead by 4. Here's Pritchard. An easy 2 on the layup. Pritchard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Denver's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Outside Brown. Murray from outside. Hits the trifecta. 22 points for him.
Well, shooters shoot, and Murray is unquestionably a shooter. He's taking that look every time.
Outside White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Now here's Gordon. On target from about 13 feet. Gordon's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, you look at Gordon's shooting percentages over the last few years, he tries to take high percentage shots.
It's Brown on the wing, defended by Watson. Brown, no good. To the middle. Here's Murray. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Murray's got 24.
Yeah, exceptional focus from Murray offensively tonight.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Looking to end this cold spell. White for three. Here's Cato. Stolen by Holmes. Outside Watson. Now Brown. 4-3. Drops in the three. And it's a 4-point Denver lead.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup and grant the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
You see yourself on the screen and you shoot your best move. Let's see the move. Somebody doesn't have rhythm.
He's checked in for Walsh. And Denver with a change here, too. Brown's checked in.
On the court.
Outside White. Pass to Brown to halt the run. Outside Pritchard. Three-pointer. And Holmes pulls it down. Holmes has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Brown passes to Brown. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get one up. Here's Holmes. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Oh, a dunk and a foul. A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Peyton Watson. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Tillman's checked in for Cater. Free throw, no good for Brown. And coach, last season, the Nuggets were 5th in three-point percentage, but dead last in attempts.
Yeah, you could argue that they should shoot more threes, but then again, they were 2nd in percentage on 2-point field goals. So they have a wealth of options, and to be honest, offense is rarely a problem for the Nuggets.
Celtics trail by 4. Hauser outside. Pass to Brown. There's the three. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
Well, that's his first three here in the second half. Got
Gordon outside. Watson inside. He's against Tillman. And here's Brown for three. He buries it from three. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Hauser outside. Pass to Brown. Down low. Here's Tillman. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. We'll stand. Joe Mazzulla's a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
That one's off. Boucher's checked in for Boston. Simons comes in for Pritchard. And Denver with a change here, too. Najee, he's checked in for Holmes. Good on the second one. Here's Brown. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Pass to Gordon. Denver moving it around. Brown. They get it back. Another shot. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
That one misses. A different look for Denver. Jones comes in for Watson, and Tim Hardaway subbed in for Brown. He's good on the second. Here's Gonzalez. Pass to Boucher. Here's Tillman. And here's Hauser. Defended by Jones. And he gets the bucket. Hauser's gotten his second bucket.
Look, that's an opportunity you don't pass up.
Here's Brown. Here's Najee. Now Hardaway. He's covered by Simons. Gordon with a screen on Simons. Hardaway, no good. Boston trailing. There's 1:54 left in the third. Here's Hauser. And that misses. That would have put him up. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, when Gordon's team makes it this easy for him, of course he's going to throw it down hard.
1:32 left in the third. Simons against Hardaway. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Tim Hardaway. No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
And he can't get the first one. And Anthony Simons has grown his reputation. But he still flies a little under the radar, Stan.
B.A., he hasn't been in high-visibility situations, like an epic playoff game that puts you on everyone's map. But opponents sure fear him and respect him.
Shireman's checked in for Boston.
Well, you have to appreciate a high-octane player like Anthony Simons. He runs the floor and just outworks other guys every chance he gets.
Now here's Brown. Hardaway up top. Wide open look. And it falls all over the rim and in. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Out left to the wing. Boucher outside. Pass to Tillman. Just 5 on the clock. Now Boucher from outside the arc. Hardaway grabs the board.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. The guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
26 seconds left in the third. Simons with it. Give him 8. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Takes a 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's Denver closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. On the court for Denver, they've got Tim Hardaway. Bruce Brown is out there with Murray. Then it's Zeke Naji, and it's Jones in at the 4. Here's Naji, and he drops it in from the low post.
And they're putting together another quality possession. They're taking control of this game.
And if you're going to pull away, now is the time to do it. Time to finish the game strong.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. So it's Boston now. 9-point game. Pass to Tillman. Hauled in by Brown.
Missed opportunity. He's just got to shake that one off.
On the wing, Murray. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Hauser with it. He's picked up by Hardaway. Simons has the open look. Second chance shot. And the layup is good.
Plays like that make the coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
And here's Murray. Five to shoot. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
What focus from Murray. Sticking with the play and earning a free throw.
Minot's checked in for Boston.
Jamal Murray.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops from Murray.
You know, one of the things I like most about Murray is his confidence. Even if he has a rare off night, he never gets down on himself. Just keeps attacking.
Here's Minot. Pass to Simons. For 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Murray's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
And the slam from Hardaway Jr. Can't forget about his athleticism.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Simons passes to Pritchard. Simons outside. Puts up a three. And the Celtics making a change here. Brown's checked in. Holmes, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
Substitution on the court.
The Nuggets lead by 12. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside Hardaway. Here's the three. It falls. 5 for 11 in the game.
Their defensive effort is certainly lacking since halftime. They need to wake up.
Now Pritchard. To the middle. They need this. Blocked!
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Here's Hardaway. Brown with some nice D. Celtics trail by 15. Pass to Simons. Looking to get it going. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And Simon shows off that soft touch inside.
Brown passes to Holmes. Murray against Pritchard. Murray, no good.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Pritchard from outside. The offensive rebound. Minot, good. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. And he can't get that one. Nice D from Pritchard. Celtics trail by 11. Brown finds Simons. Shot blocked.
Well, they desperately need him to get going offensively. He's got to refocus and just start taking better shots.
Boston's gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Lets it go. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Well, he's pressing right now, which can happen when you're trying to cut into a lead.
Yeah, Hardaway's such a good shooter, but he can pass it too.
The Celtics shooting 27% here in the fourth. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. On the wing, Simons. Defended by Brown. Launches a three. And it's Simons missing.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Brown can't hit. Celtics trail by 13. Outside Pritchard, pass to Simons. Another miss by Simons.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Brown passes to Holmes. Outside Murray. Back to Holmes. There's the triple. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And it's White in for Simons. And then for Denver, Gordon, he's checked in for Najee. Watson comes in for Hardaway. And Brown subbed in for Brown. Celtics trail by 16. Pass to Minot. Now here's Brown. White on the wing. From downtown. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 6 assists now in the game. Outside Brown. Outside Watson. Outside Brown. Pass to Murray. Again, Denver scores.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Outside White. Back to Brown. Jaylen Brown gets it to fall.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Gordon outside. Back to Murray. Over Pritchard. And he can't bank that one in. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. With the floater. And he sinks the layup. Brown's got 11 in the second half.
Love that from Brown. No one can stop that floater.
The Nuggets lead by 11. Murray passes to Gordon. Now here's Holmes. To the paint. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
Boston has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Here's Minot, defended by Gordon. Here's Brown. And Brown rising high for the finish.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Outside Brown. Outside Watson. Right side Murray. From outside, off the mark. Celtics trail by 11. Here's Pritchard. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now, keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Denver has possession. They've got a 9-point lead. Murray inside, defended by Pritchard. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holmes.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Boston has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Here's White. Fires the 3. Gordon pulls it down.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offense.
Oh, the drop pass, and he dunks it down.
I like the activity of Gordon. Sets the pick, moves, gets the bucket. A high-energy play.
Now here's Brown. Oh, he can't hit it. The Nuggets lead by 11. Left side Brown. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Murray. Clock at 6. Holmes with it. And the 3 misses. There's a minute 54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Oh! Touches it off the glass.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
And here's Murray. From 11 feet away. Oh, no good. Celtics trail by 9. Here's Keita. 1:24 left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go from the low block.
And that's good decision-making by Brown in the pick and roll. He'll make the right read more often than not.
Brown with a screen on Brown. Outside Watson. Now Gordon. Now Murray. Beyond the arc. Brown pulls down the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Pritchard. Let's loose for 3. Yes, sir, with the 3.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And so Murray will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul. Shooting for Denver.
Shoot 2.
2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
That's a good job of capitalizing at the line, adding some cushion to their lead.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfect.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
seconds separating the two clocks. Right. Another shot. Yes, sir!
And lately, this guy is finding points. I mean, just a beautiful second chance bucket right there.
Well, he's been doing a great job in making something out of nothing, especially in the offensive glass.
For the Nuggets. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. The Celtics on offense. Left side, Brown. Oh, it misses. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid
Team
it.
is in the penalty. Shooting for Denver, Jamal Murray taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. And Boston calls time here. 11 seconds left in the fourth. All right, guys, what's your take?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
They trail by 7. And they recover it. And now we've got an intentional foul.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
For the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws good, and it's a 9-point game here.
Well, that shuts the door on any hope of a comeback. Nicely done.
And so it's Denver with the W. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jamal Murray.